Would you believe me if I told you it was the middle of the night here? Welcome to the city of Iqaluit, the capital of the Nunavut Territory in northeastern Canada. It is now 2:15 AM. The sun is just coming up somewhere, I think over there. But you can see how bright it all is even shortly after 2 AM. It's incredible. I've never really experienced that before. That's my hotel. I set an alarm to get up at 2 AM. And I'm gonna go back to sleep in a couple of minutes and then get up for my next flight, which will be on Air Greenland. The resumption of their flights between Iqaluit and Nuuk, or between Nuuk and Iqaluit, however you want to put it. That's gonna be very exciting. So I would say let me grab some more hours of sleep and I will see you later today. And good morning here from the Iqaluit Hotel. It's very close to the airport, quite possibly the highest ceilings I've ever had in a hotel room, and the beds are also super comfortable. The staff is super friendly and they have fast Wi-Fi. It does have its price. I paid 350 Canadian dollars plus taxes for the night. Yeah, but you know, those are the prices in the north. Life up here is pretty expensive. I don't really have a view. It's like a view of a parking lot, but you can still see like some mountains in the background. It's like shortly after 7 AM, I would say. Let's grab some breakfast. Yeah, and that's how Iqaluit looks in broad daylight. On my way to a cafe. There's a restaurant in the hotel as well, but I don't know. I figured I can try some of the local cafes here. By the way, during the day there's actually a lot of traffic on this road. Like, not right now, it's early in the morning, but later in the day it can happen that you have to wait for like 2 minutes if you want to cross. There we are, Blackheart Cafe. Let's see what they have in store for us. That was nice. This city really has all the comforts of any other city. They have cafes, lots of restaurants, they have some fast food options as well. There's a Tim Hortons up here. They have a public swimming pool and a couple of supermarkets as well. Would I want to live here? Probably not. It's nice to visit for 2 days, but I don't know, I think living here is a bit harsh, especially in winter when it's all dark. So, I don't know. It's nice to visit. Just checked out of my hotel and now just walking around here looking for something to do. Let's go to the visitor center. That was quite interesting. It's actually not just a visitor center, but also like a museum. You can learn like a lot about the Nunavut region. Alright, I would say let's go for lunch. Let's go to the snack bar. That was a great poutine here at the snack bar. The flight from Nuuk is scheduled to arrive in 1.5 hours. Let's slowly walk back to the hotel, pick up my backpack and then head to the airport. Just picked up my backpack from the hotel and also used the Wi-Fi for a couple of minutes because that's actually a thing. I haven't found any other place with Wi-Fi except my hotel, and also I don't have any network up here. Once I leave the hotel, I'm totally blind, so to say, when it comes to internet. Also, the airport does not have any Wi-Fi, like not even paid Wi-Fi. So that's just something to be aware of. It's beautiful weather. This morning it was a bit cloudy, but now the clouds have kind of dissolved and it's all sunny here. Should be a great flight over to Greenland. And actually further than that, because I'm not only planning to fly to Greenland, but I plan to cross all the way here from North America to Europe on only Dash 8s. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna fly to Greenland on Air Greenland, then catch an Iceland air flight to Keflavik in Iceland, then connect to the Faroe Islands, spend one night on the Faroe Islands, and then continue from there to Bergen in Norway. All on Dash 8s. Is it a bit crazy? Yes. Is it fun? Maybe. I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, we have almost reached the airport. I think this is a great view, although I can't stay too long because I still need to check in for the Air Greenland flight. Online check-in was not possible for some reason. I don't know, like at some point I just couldn't continue, so I don't know. I just have to go to the counter. Look at that, there's a whole celebration going on. There's like Canadian North, like tables. Yeah, I don't know, this resumption of flights between Iqaluit and Nuuk, like between Canada and Greenland, is like really a significant event here, I think.
Thank you everyone for coming out. I'm Jason from Canadian North. It's our inaugural flight from Greenland, and we're welcoming you and everybody from Greenland to come down and support this event.
.767 just landed, and the Greenland flight is scheduled to arrive in like 20 minutes. This space up here is like filling up with cars, and they have like a musical event down there. It's pretty cool. One of Canadian North's 737 just came in. I didn't know they had a flight at this time. And also the fire engines are getting into position for the welcome ceremony, I guess. It's like, whenever I hear turboprop noises, I'm like, yeah, that's it. But then it's just a Canadian North ATR. There have been 3 ATRs coming in the past half an hour or so. And I'm getting a bit nervous because I'm actually not checked in yet. And I don't know when the check-in deadline is. I'm gonna give it 10 more minutes and then I need to go for check-in. There's all kinds of traffic coming in except Air Greenland. A C-130 just landed here. It finally arrived, half an hour late. Man, I was standing up here for like an hour. Quite a lot of people here, look at that. Anyway, let's get checked in before they close. Hi, how are you? Yeah, check-in. Yeah, check-in took a while, like 5 or even 10 minutes. It took them like ages to enter my nationality, I think. They first thought I was Dutch, because my passport says nationality Deutsch, which is like the German word for German. But anyway, let's head through security. Right, we're all past security. I just refilled my water bottle, and it is really quiet airside. Like outside, there's a whole party, and airside, it's like really quiet. Let me sit down where I don't disturb anyone, because when I talk over there, it's like everyone can hear me. Yeah, so the check-in experience was a bit weird. What I think is that the IT systems of Canadian North and Air Greenland are not really lined up. They don't seem to be like connected somehow. For instance, they had a printed passenger list, and they also had like a printed seat map where they kind of marked the seats that they gave to passengers. Like the check-in agent literally gave me that seat map and told me I can choose like any free seat I want. And then they also issued handwritten boarding passes. Handwritten boarding passes in Canada. I don't know. So that all leads me to think that their IT systems are not really working well together. Boarding should commence soon, I hope. Let's get over there, let's get some shots of the aircraft and then board to Greenland.
Passengers traveling on Air Greenland flight 772, which serves to Nuuk, we would ask all remaining passengers to make their way through security for your departure. Thank you.
There's like a whole media team outside. So the aircraft is Oscar Yankee Golf Romeo Papa. I actually flew that aircraft twice last year when I visited Greenland, from Kangerlussuaq to Nuuk and Nuuk to Nassau. Check out my videos on Greenland if you haven't. They're really cool. Media team is going somewhere, I don't know. May I point out, this airport terminal is actually really comfortable. Like they have these seating areas by the window with a round table. Really nice padding here as well. They have cup holders, and they have a lot of power outlets as well. You know what I find weird? The Air Greenland aircraft is completely closed off. Like, I think there's no one inside. The door's closed, looks abandoned. I think there might be a bit of a delay. Anyway, we can watch some ATRs here and a 737. Oh, the C-130 is taken off again. Look at that, beautiful.
Oh, it's getting a little bit soft. There we go.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then I channel.
Thank you very much. Safe travels.
Welcome aboard the Air Greenland -8200 bound for Nuuk. Boarding is completed. There are a lot of free seats actually. I overheard the gate agent earlier when she said something about 27 and then she started counting passengers in the gate area. So I believe there are 27 passengers on the flight and there should be 10 free seats because this aircraft has a seating capacity of 37. In any case, it's nice to have a free seat next to me.
From the flight deck, your captain speaking here. We are shortly ready for departure. We do have some discrepancies regarding our numbers on the loading and we just need to sort that. Shortly before boarding, they closed the runway due to blasting just north of the field. That's why we are delayed. Otherwise, we do hope that you had a fantastic day here, also in Iqaluit on this opening route between Iqaluit and Nuuk. It should be a flight time approximately 1 hour and 45 minutes. Wish you a nice flight.
And we're airborne out of Iqaluit runway 16 it was. So we took off to the south and then turned slightly left over the Frobisher Bay. And you could see like how far the ice has already melted this year. It will only be like a couple of weeks until there is no ice left in the bay anymore. And then the ice will return in like October, November. We are passing through the clouds now. Actually, an interesting thing is the flight attendant is wearing headphones. And I noticed that last year already they seem to have headphones on the Dash 8s, like really good headphones. They must be noise cancelling if you're working in such a noisy environment as a Dash 8-200. It definitely makes sense to have a pair of headphones on the flight. And we are just passing the top of the cloud layer, look at that.
We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever seated.
And immediately after the captain turned off the fasten seatbelt signs, the flight attendant got to work behind the curtain. I'm not actually sure what kind of service Air Greenland has on this international flight. I know in their domestic flights they only serve like drinks, like water and coffee, but maybe on this international flight there will be a snack or something, I don't know. In any case, the flight is only 2 hours long, or scheduled time is 2 hours, so the flight itself should only be like an hour and a half. It's really not far, like going from North America to Greenland, in that case from the Baffin Island to Greenland, it's really not that far. And it's crazy to think that they haven't had such a flight for so long, and there are like some families divided between the two places, so it does totally make sense to have such a direct flight. And as you could see in Iqaluit, flight between 2012 and 2014, as far as I know, but they cancelled it back then due to economic reasons. That means due to low demand, so they couldn't operate that route profitably. For sure, there are like 10 empty seats on this flight today. I'm not sure how the other flights this summer are booked, but today, yeah, certainly it's not full. Capacity-wise, they are starting very slowly. They have one weekly rotation between Nuuk and Iqaluit on a very small Dash 8-200, like 37 seats. One weekly flight with 37 seats, that's like really not much. And if they can't even fill that, it will be very hard. But for now, let's enjoy our flight today to Greenland. And may I just point out that the legroom in row 6 here is exceptionally good. There's really a ton of legroom for a Dash 8. And you have an awesome window view as well. So they give you drinks, water, and I think coffee and tea. I don't know, I just asked for water. Flight attendant is really nice, by the way. Very friendly, very smiley. And I think we just reached our cruising altitude because the engine noise went down. Yeah, so it should be a smooth flight all the way to Nuuk. Although I actually checked the weather for Nuuk, and it seems to be a bit rainy there this evening. And tomorrow there will even be like a storm coming through. Like a lot of flights to and from Nuuk tomorrow are cancelled. So I'm really hoping that my flight on Iceland Air tonight to Keflavik will not have any issues, because otherwise I'll be stuck in Nuuk. They do provide a sandwich. Apparently it's like a reindeer sausage sandwich. It looks pretty good. Let's see how it tastes like. It was really good. It had like cucumbers and stuff in it. Very tasty. Yeah, unfortunately it's all cloudy outside, so can't really see anything. But since there is some time left, why don't we go through the gift bag? So what do we have here? We have sunglasses. That would have been very useful during my hike yesterday. We have a soap bar, like a facial soap, I think. We have tea. Is it local tea? I don't know. Tea saying Inuit. We have something which I can't identify. It says Sichakut, and apparently it's made locally in Iqaluit. But I don't actually know what it is. I just hope I can take it in my hand luggage for the next flights. And then there is some coffee. I didn't know they produce coffee in the north. It says Cambridge Bay on the back, so maybe that's where they produce it. Flight attendant just collected all the rubbish from the meal service and the first drink service, and she's actually coming around for a second drink service. So actually the whole service on this flight turned out to be really great, I would say. She just brought around muffins as well. Will it ever stop? The service on this flight has turned out to be really amazing, and the flight attendant is like super busy the whole flight, but she's super nice as well. Let's check out the in-flight magazine, shall we? We are an hour and 20 minutes into the flight, and I think we are about to start our descent into Nuuk. It's all cloudy, we're completely covered by clouds, can't see anything, but I hope we get at least some views of Nuuk, even though it may be raining a lot. Maybe a quick word about how I booked this flight. I actually booked it only pretty much 1 month ago. You see, when they made the announcement last year, I was already very excited and I wanted to book this flight, but back then I wasn't sure if I actually have time, so I didn't book it. And then for some reason the flight was not available for half a year or so, and you couldn't even find Iqaluit as a destination on the Air Greenland website, so I thought maybe they cancelled it again. But then like 1 or 2 months ago, the flight suddenly became bookable again, and then you could actually find Iqaluit as a destination on the website, and then I quickly booked it for the price of 1,656 Danish krona, which is around about 220 euro. It's not too bad of a price for a flight in a very remote region like this. And with the onboard service they offer today, I would say it was definitely worth it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck. First of all, welcome aboard on this special flight today out of Iqaluit bound for Nuuk for this reopening connection between Nuuk and Iqaluit. Especially we would like to thank all people who's been involved to make this possible, and also we do hope that this will create an opportunity to get a close connection between Nunavut and Greenland. And we do hope that you had a fantastic day on this nice day. On behalf of Air Greenland and the entire crew, we do hope that you had a pleasant flight and nice day, and wish you a nice evening.
Just started our descent into Nuuk. We should land in about 20 minutes, and I will catch you on the ground.
Welcome to Nuuk, where the local time here in Nuuk is 10:30 p.m. We hope that you have enjoyed the flight today. It has been a pleasure having you with us, and we look forward to seeing you on board again. Thank you and have a nice evening.
The whole crew would like to thank you for this epic journey between Iqaluit and Nuuk, and we wish you a pleasant evening.
Welcome to rainy Nuuk, and actually welcome to the new terminal. My gosh, like, this is brand new. It must have opened, I don't know, just a couple of days ago. I think it was last week they announced they had to postpone the opening of the new terminal due to like fire protection issues or something like that. So I'm actually really confused. It's open now. It's definitely not quite finished. I mean, you can see the construction equipment everywhere, but nevertheless, this is really exciting. This is such an upgrade from the old terminal, which is like over there. They even have prepared like self-backdrop kiosks, sort of. Yeah, they are not only building a new terminal, or they have built a new terminal, but they also built a new runway. As you can see in the background, they're like working on the new runway, or like extended runway. It will be finished by the end of this year, and then Air Greenland will shift their Airbus A330 operations from Iqaluit here to Nuuk, which makes much more sense because there's essentially nothing in Iqaluit and everything is here in Nuuk. So totally makes sense to have the A330 fly out of here. Really exciting. Maybe I'll be back in November to see that. By the way, it is 11 p.m. here and still so bright. Like, it won't get much darker than that, I think. It was an amazing ride over here with Air Greenland, even though we are 1.5 hours late. But I don't mind too much because I had a transfer time of like 4 hours anyway. I'm gonna catch my Icelandair flight in about 2 hours and then fly to Keflavik. Yeah, this flight will be my second flight of my challenge to fly from North America to Europe only using -8s, and I will have 2 more flights after that. It's a bit rainy here, so let's go inside, get warmed up. All past security, very quick. They have like the newest machines, really. You can leave everything inside. Anyway, really fast. And now we're airside. Looks really fancy. I mean, it must have opened a couple of days ago. There are a lot of unfinished things, like you can see some boxes here and there. These benches here by the window look kind of unfinished, and the escalator is also not working, and there's like a bit of construction equipment scattered around. But those are all minor details. I think once this terminal is fully finished, it will be quite nice. The inbound flight from Keflavik has already landed half an hour ago. Interestingly, they are not parked here, like in front of the terminal, but they're parked in front of the old terminal. Maybe the stands here on the apron are not prepared yet, and there's also like a table still set up. I think that was the table for like the celebration of the Air Greenland flight towards Iqaluit. You can see for gates 5 and 6, they have like immigration booths, and it's like a separated area sort of. It's still pretty much closed off with like construction going on, but it looks like they're prepared for flights that do not go to Europe, but to Canada, for example. And actually, to be honest, I could also see flights from here to the US. Yeah, why not? I mean, think about New York, Boston. I think they would be well within range from here. Even with an A320, like you don't even need the A330 for that. I've read something last year that Air Greenland is like looking for a medium range aircraft. They are using 737s operated by Jet Time in a wet lease, but I think they want to get an aircraft of their own. So, boarding will start in about half an hour. I'm not really gonna cover that flight. I just want to sleep. So I would say I will see you when I arrive in Keflavik. Welcome to Iceland, and man, what a flight. That is a real red eye. Although I was able to sleep for a while, but you know, Iceland Air likes to keep the cabin temperature warm, very warm for some reason, I don't know. And they don't serve you any food, which is good for a night flight, but I don't know, on a day flight I would probably expect more. So I will transfer to the Faroe Islands from here, to Vaga Airport to be specific. Flight leaves in about 3 hours, but I'm gonna cover that in part 2 of this challenge to fly between North America and Europe on -8s. So I will see you for the next part. Don't forget to subscribe, and until then, enjoy your travels.